Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. As I promised on the electric string group page that we have on Facebook and also my own personal Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter feeds, I'm going to give you a little run through of my pedal board today. This is my touring board. This is the board that I use predominantly right now for the New World Tour and other tours that I've just completed. And it's just kind of got the basic pedals that I'm really loving. I add pedals to this board, but this board is what I've been using, and I'm loving it. What I plan to do is after I walk through this board, I'm going to be releasing reviews of each independent pedal in more detail. So I hope you enjoy this and these series of videos that are going to be coming out over the next weeks and months. And I'm really looking forward to doing this as well and getting into the guts of these pedals a little bit more with you, specifically on my electric violin, because how these pedals work on the electric, very different than how they would work with electric guitar, which is really what the pedals were meant for. And so I'm really getting into the guts of these pedals, programming them specifically for my needs, and I'll be passing on some of those findings to you. So please subscribe, please like this video, and here's the tour. Enjoy. So I'd like to take you through a tour of my board. This part of my board right here is my main touring board. It's the Pedal Train 2 frame made of aluminum, quite light, I love it. It's got the Voodoo Lab 4x4 power supply underneath attached. And that power supply powers some of my higher powered pedals like the Mobius and the Eventide and my Electro-Harmonix V256 Vocoder and my Nemesis delay. So it's a really great pedal that way to do to power those extra high powered pedals. I often will add pedals to the front of this. Like if I'm on tour, I might just rent a pedal from a local Long and McQuaid or a local music store just to try out some of the new pedals out there. So I like this board because it's got the option of just adding something to the beginning. I've actually done that today. A new pedal that I have is the Guitar Synthesizer SY300, and I've put that at the beginning of the chain. My violin actually goes into that. It's got an on-off feature, so it can kind of be engaged and be put through my pedal as well, and I'll be demoing that towards the end of this. I've already put a bit of a demo on that on video. So what I'm going to do is just step through my chain very quickly. The very first pedal in my chain is my little mini Crybaby. This just come out about a year ago or so. I love it. Very small pedal, fits on a regular board, has the great sound of your typical Crybabies, and just that distinctive Crybaby sound. Here's what it sounds like. Right, pretty awesome. So it's a great pedal. Next in my chain is the Korg Pitchblack tuner, and like it, big numbers. Works really well to tune up in a live setting. Let's say the band's playing, you find a notes out of tune, you can be tuning on the fly without having to go through any sort of amplifications to do that. Next pedal is my Diamond Compressor Junior. This is a new pedal as well. They just came out with this smaller footprint again, takes up less space on my board. And I've got the compression on this up at around 10 o'clock. I've rolled the EQ back a little bit because I find this is a little bit brighter than the other Diamond, the regular Diamond compressor. So I roll back the EQ just slightly to keep it nice and warm. And then I've got volume at 12 o'clock. This is what the compression sounds like. Actually, take the violin with no compression at all. And then here it is. Kind of helps to richen the sound, fatten it out a little bit, give some more warmth. And so I really like the compression on this. You can roll compression way up and great for doing sort of pits work. And that kind of stuff. You know, if I add a lot more compression, you'll get a lot more sustain for sort of pizzicato work. I'll just show you here. That kind of stuff, you know. So that's pretty neat what it can do that way. Next pedal in my chain is the Voodoo Lab Sparkle Drive. And love this. Again, I just upgraded to the Sparkle Drive, the modded version. They had a regular Sparkle Drive. They just came out with a modified version with 4 different overdrive pedals, sounds within the one pedal. And what I love about the Voodoo Lab Sparkle Drive is that it has the capability of adding your clean signal to the driven sound. And that's amazing. Like, here's what the sound sounds like just with drive. Right? But if you add the clean signal, then suddenly you still have the inherent qualities of the electric violin. It doesn't sort of turn the electric violin suddenly into an electric guitar, which we don't need because we have electric guitars out there, right? And so I want to have my own unique driven sound, and so that's why adding the clean signal to the driven signal will give you much more of a sort of inherently sort of more of an electric violin quality to the drive. This is what it sounds like. Okay, that's with the clean in, without. Subtle, but I'll add a bit more clean. So you can also totally dial up the clean, take the drive right out, and then this becomes like a boost, like a clean boost pedal. So you can do all kinds of things to this. The one of the other drive sounds in this, it's a little bit brighter, and this is what it sounds like. Right, it's a lot kind of brighter, sort of raspier, lots of options with this. There's a warmer drive, there's something in between, and so that's a pedal that's pretty cool. I'll be doing more of a review of every single one of these pedals in a lot more depth, so watch for those. I'll put links on this YouTube video to more reviews as I sort of let them out and sort of release them on my YouTube channel. Next in my chain, after my Sparkle Drive, I go down to my Pitchfork here. And Pitchfork's also a fairly new pedal. It's Electro-Harmonix, the Pitchfork. I used to have the Pog, and the Pog is basically an octaver pedal, does octaves up, octaves down, in one octave, maybe 2, I can't remember. But I used to have that great pedal. This is just as good, but it has even more features and a smaller footprint. And so I love that, you know. So it does, you know, your typical octaver sort of stuff. So that's my clean signal mixed together with my octave below. You can mix, you know, up and down at the same time with your clean. Or you can do just up, you know. You know, or you can do a mix of both and take the clean signal right out so you only hear the upper and the lower. It's pretty amazing what that does. And then, you know, of course, you can do 2 octaves on the same. Does 3 octaves. Right? Add some delay to that as well, just for fun. But one of the features in this that I like a lot is that it has an expression pedal control to it, which is amazing. So this takes it into kind of like doing some of the things that the whammy pedal can do, but a much smaller footprint. So here I've gone up the octave, 2 octaves, and then if I add my expression to this, here's what happens. Right? It's pretty cool. You can do two at the same time, up and down. Starts to get really crazy. Another really amazing feature is it does more than octaves. So it does all kinds of intervals here too that you can be playing around with. And if you put the clean signal back in, plus add, I've got the perfect fourth setting here. This is what it sounds like, just violin by itself. Add the perfect fourth. Add chords to that, you can get some really amazing, rich. That's pretty amazing. So that's the pitchfork. From the pitchfork, I go into my Electro-Harmonix, another Electro-Harmonix pedal that I picked up just secondhand on Kijiji here in Canada. And it's the V256 Vocoder. Got a great deal on this. I think the person that sold it didn't really know how to use it. And but I've been really enjoying this, using it on a number of songs creatively, especially on the New World album. It's actually the title track, New World. I use it at the beginning and the end of that song. And I've just got the mic out here because the mic goes into this pedal and you can control vowel sounds through this microphone. And here's what it does. Electro-Harmonix V256 Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So that's the V256 Electro-Harmonix Vocoder. I can do so much more with this. Don't have time on this, but I will be doing a demo of this very soon, so watch for it as well. Then next in my chain is my Strymon Mobius pedal. And this does all kinds of chorusing. They're just an amazing pedal, you know, Strymon quality. And this is one of my go-to sounds, sort of that rock fusion sound. Phaser, the phaser sound. You know, Jean Lupani made that really popular, add some drive. Right? Just adds a lot. You know, another go-to sound, of course, is just the basic chorus sound. Take the delay off so you can really get a sense of what this sounds like without any sort of delay sounds to it. You know, it's got so many different things. Auto wah features, amazing things. I'll do a full review of this, really get into the guts, show you some of the incredible things that this pedal does. But this is one of my effects that I've been using recently. It's basically kind of like a rotator speaker, cabinet speaker setting that you would see in sort of the Leslie speaker that you would see in a B3 organ. And then I add the pitchfork, I add an octave up and down to that as well. And then suddenly you kind of have a lot more of an authentic organ sound. And you can slow the speaker down with the tap feature on that. So very cool pedal, very cool tones in here. And yeah. Next in my chain, after the Mobius, is I have the new Nemesis delay pedal. It's about a year old or so. Really amazing pedal. Does all kinds of different delays. I find with these new pedals, not only are they mixing delays, but they're mixing other effects within the delay pedal, so like modulation, auto wah kind of features mixed in with the delays. So here's a few of the things. This is kind of my go-to delay right here that you've been hearing. That's with it, without. Yeah, and you have kind of more of a rhythmic delay sort of feature. Right. Right, all kinds of cool stuff there with that delay feature. And it's got a really neat slapback delay. This is sort of that retro speaker delay that you would hear sort of in old amplifiers and stuff. Here's what it sounds like. Add that to sort of a plate reverb. Makes it even more authentic. Just having a bit of fun there with that, but it's just amazing what that does. And, you know, all kinds of other features in there. I mean, here's another delay that's a lot of fun. I'll be doing more of a demo of this. You can add an expression pedal to this. I'm planning to get into the guts of this and do more of a review of this pedal as well separately. But here's kind of a cool one that I've been enjoying. So kind of mixes sort of auto wah, sort of wah features, some of those sorts of things, filtering with delay, which is pretty cool, pretty amazing. Okay, last pedal in my chain on my main board is the my reverb, Eventide reverb, space reverb pedal. Take everything off. Here's my clean signal. Here's it with the hall reverb on. Probably have reverb only at about 30%, but it just helps to fill that out, give me more of a nice warmth to the tone. And lots of amazing reverbs in this. Again, I'll do a review on this, but I'm planning to get into the guts and add some expression pedals and things like that to change parameters. But you can do some amazing things. This is an effect in here a lot of people love. It's called Black Hole. Another one a lot of people love is the Shimmer. Yeah. So that's the last pedal in my chain. And before I go on to my looper, I'm going to just quickly talk about my guitar synthesizer, SY300 pedal. This is at the beginning of my chain. I put it over here. Violin goes into this. At any point, I can get into some retro sort of analog synth sounds. And it does sequencing as well. I've already demoed this on YouTube, so you can check that out, but I'll go into a much more depth review of this soon. Here it is. So that's one of the effects. This has a really nice fat synth kind of sound, fat brass synth. Amazing pedal. Amazing that it can use a 1/4 inch and go in and create synth sounds. Really, really excited about that pedal. I'm excited to be reviewing that pedal soon as well. And then the last pedal on the end of my chain here, that's the very last thing that I plug into, is my looper. And it's the Boomerang 3 phrase sampler. I love the Boomerang pedals. Does incredible sampling of the electric violin. Really clean, highest quality. And really a very cool pedal to use. Very easy to use. Made in Texas, kind of a boutique pedal. Become sort of a standard really for many people. And so I just thought I'd demo this a little bit, just give you a little bit of a sense of what it does. We'll just kind of do a little bit of a loop here. So that's my pedal board. A little bit of a run through. Hope you enjoyed it, and watch for more reviews of each of these pedals. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.